We just went over that. It's a lot. We got to understand this. Look at Ecclesiasticus 21. Let's look at verse 2 first. It say, flee from sin. Sin is defined as the transgression of the Most High's law, as from the face of a serpent, from the face of a poisonous snake. Right? For if thou comest too near it, you come near this poisonous snake, it will bite thee. They say, hey, you got to flee from the serpent, the devil, the dragon. Or it's going to bite you. Right? The teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men. You know? That's why you can't be dealing with them. You got to know the truth and apply it in your life all the time. Jump down to verse 11. He that keepeth the law of the Most High, okay. He that keepeth the law of the Most High, getteth the understanding thereof. You're going to get the understanding thereof. But they're teaching you that you're not under the law, so what kind of understanding do you really have? How are you going to rebuke Satan when the Messiah used the law every single time when he fasted for 40 days, when he was 30 years old, when he began his ministry at 30 years old, 30 to 50 is a ministry, then 51 years old over, you are an elder. He started his ministry as the law says in Numbers the 4th chapter. At 30 years old, he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, and the devil was tempting him, and what did he use against him? The law, the law, the law, and the law. Every single time that y'all talking about we ain't under the law. Y'all teaching people how not to rebuke Satan. And all these other Bibles that took out how to get rid of evil spirits out of the Bible. I'm not talking about the King James, I'm talking about all the other Bibles, NIV and New World Translation, all these different other Bibles. You look at how to rebuke evil spirits that have been took it out. By fasting and prayer, he said. They took that out. So y'all know nothing about rebuking the devil. How you know? You ain't under the law. He used the law every single time to rebuke him. So you don't know about that. You don't know nothing about the fact of fasting and prayer gets rid of evil spirits. Come on. Why would they take it out of the Bible? Because they're the ones that's evil that's publishing the Bibles. They don't want you to get rid of them. Think about it. Why would you take that out? Something for you to think about. Look. Ecclesiastes 21:11. He that keepeth the law of the Most High getteth the understanding thereof. See, you keep the law of the Most High, you'll get understanding thereof. Remember it said, wisdom is the principal thing, but with all that getting, get understanding. So you can get understanding when you keep the laws of the Most High. Moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws. And the perfection of the fear of the Most High. Ain't that something? That's the spirit of the Most High. Because the perfection of the fear of the Most High, you got to perfect how to be afraid, how to be scared of the Most High, how to respect him, to do what he say do. And the perfection of the fear of the Most High is wisdom. You hear that? You got to perfect the fear of the Most High to have this wisdom, to have a proper application of knowledge, and to get understanding by keeping the laws of the Most High. He that is not wise will not be taught. See, if you don't want this wisdom, then you can't be taught. And when you know all these things, it's like, okay, well, who really wants to be better in their relation with the Most High? According to what's written in the scriptures. Who is that really wants to be better? And have a relationship with him, a better relationship with him, because you have taken the time to learn it, live it, and apply it in your life. Instead of just going off your own dome and trying to figure this out when it's already figured out. Majority of it. Just a matter of you being able to take yourself away from self and humble yourself to learn. Ain't nobody that you see that's teaching didn't humble themselves to learn under somebody. We all had to learn under an elder or someone that taught us that wasn't an elder that knew these scriptures. Point blank. I learned from brothers that was like 15 years, 20 years younger than me. That's humility. They knew. Shoot, I remember this 12-year-old brother, young man. I say brother because he was holding posts, everything, like all the men, and he knew the scriptures. He knew answers to them. Ask a question, he knew answers. And I remember he was like in those schools when you get kicked out. I forgot, I had it on the tip of my tongue, but he went to one of those schools. They said, we're going to bring the Bible in. It'll make them be, I guess they figured it'll make them have morals like they had back in the day when the Bible was in the schools. They teachers up there going to bring forth whatever they had in front of them, going to say, this means this means that. He said, raise his hand and say, no, that's not what it means. Well, can you teach it? He said, yes. And he got up there teaching that Bible, and they got rid of that. They got rid of that Bible. Sad to say, he got killed. I mean, you know, beautiful young man, but he got killed by gang violence. That's why I say, you know, it's a lot of people that have come and gone in this truth, you know, in memory of, you know, when he was powerful. He could teach. 12 years old. Never forget that. He that is not wise will not be taught. See, you ain't wise, you can't be taught. But there is wisdom which multiplieth bitterness. See that? There is wisdom that multiplieth bitterness. Like a lot of people get jealous and envious, and their pride rises up when they see that somebody has wisdom. Then why would you be, I don't know, I can't relate to a person that's jealous and envious and prideful against anybody. I never was like that. That's not in my spirit. Because you have to be confident in yourself enough to know that whatever it is, it shall pass. Most I will never give you more than you can bear. You understand that? He said, whatever you give, you take out cheerfully. But that's a spirit that a lot of people don't understand because they want you to feel like they feel. Misery loves company. You understand this? But he says, there is a wisdom which multiplieth bitterness. You know, why you gonna be bitter because of someone else that have more wisdom than you? You need to shut up and listen and learn from somebody that knows something that you don't know. If not, then you so prideful, man. This is your consolation right now. Man, I have no problem being quiet, listening to whoever it is that has some wisdom and learn. We learn until we get out of here, y'all. Come on. We know in part and prophesy in part. Somebody that said that they got it all, challenge them on it. Or bring them to me. Let's see if they do know. We'll find out if they know it all. Bring them to me. Hey, I challenge anybody because they should be. If they know it all, they the only ones got the understanding of this Bible, and they should know what number they are of the 144,000, right? They know all that. They should know what number they are, the 1/3 of the 12 tribes. They should know what gate they're going through, right? They should be able to understand and bring forth every answer that they need to bring forth according to the mysteries of the Most High that have been hidden from the beginning of the world. Straight up. We know in part and prophesy in part. Ain't nobody got it all. What am I saying? I got to come back and teach us if you the only ones got the truth? You the only one that know the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. The truth is what? Let's sing it. We ain't singing all day. Psalms 119, 142. That righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. So they know all the laws of the Most High. They keep it every last law of the Most High. The truth is the law of the Most High. So you don't have the law of the Most High unless you with somebody. Bring them forth. Let's see if they know what they're supposed to know according to this Bible. In our history, in our, anthropology, whatever you want to say. You know? I don't think nobody have that. None of us. Because we know in part and prophesy in part. And the Mashiach Shai got to come back and teach us 1,000 years. Bring forth somebody that could take the place of a Mashiach Yahushua that can come forth and teach us what he going to teach us. Since we don't know it, they don't know it in part. They got it all together. Bring them forth. Let's see what they know. Nobody has complete truth. We know in part and prophesy in part. And with humility, I stand before you to say, you better get some humility before the Most High. Everything I say is before the Most High. Straight up. I don't know who you go before, but I'm going before the Most High to say what I'm saying. Hear what he said? Nahum 1:6. Who can stand before his indignation? Are you standing before a man and saying that you're going to bring forth what a Mashiach going to have to take 1,000 years to show us of? If we make it, we worthy to make it? Now you're going to stand before him and say, you the only one to have this? Come on. Who can stand before his indignation? And who can abide in the fierceness of his anger? But you can, right? Whoever you are. Whoever y'all gonna bring forth, whoever they can stand before the indignation of the Most High, huh? Who can abide in the fierceness of his anger? You better ask somebody that went through that hurricane, that made it through. Hopefully there's people that made it through that can talk about it. I know when the earthquake came in Northridge, they put up billboards all over LA, all over, saying, is the Most High mad with us? Somebody put up billboards saying, is the Most High mad with us?